Hey everyone, I'm Mackayla, and today we welcome Loyals to the Soundtrack of Our Lives podcast.
Yo,
Hey, what's up?
So, Love Me Bad came out October 18th. What has the reception been like?
Well, let's see. It's been an interesting one, interesting release cycle for this. We've never done it like this before, where we drop the whole project as like kind of singles along the way. It's an EP, so last time we put out like a project like this, it was an album, so you don't, drop every single song on the way up. But it's been cool giving every song like kind of its own little moment to shine a little bit while releasing. But I'd say it's been pretty good so far. Like, I mean, I kind of take the whole thing from when we put out Up All Night back in, I guess that was like May or June, till now is kind of like the whole release cycle, really,
yeah.
because everyone's kind of heard these songs before, other than the newest one that came on the EP, which was No Tomorrow, which I'm really excited that that one's out finally. But I'd say it's been pretty good so far. It's obviously like a departure from our last stuff,
Hmm.
sonically. It's also been a while since we put out music, but I think it's been cool to see some names and some fans online that have been around for a long time, very long time, being excited about the new stuff. I'm also seeing a few new people, new faces, so it still feels pretty new. And at the beginning, like,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
feel like release day one is like kind of, in my opinion, the new day one of promotion. I feel like we're maybe past a couple years ago age of TikTok where it was like a month and a half of promo for a song before it came out or
Mm.
a record. I
Yeah.
feel like I feel like when you put out stuff, that's really when you need to hit the ground running on just kind of getting the word out and stuff. Because you stumble across the one on TikTok and Instagram, you like the song that you're listening to. It's nice to be able to hit a link and just go listen to it immediately. But I would say it's pretty good. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like Dane's been on the road too, so for a lot of this rollout. So I'm
For
interested
like
to hear
every
what Dane
release,
thinks.
man,
Yeah, except the first one, except the first
except for the
single.
first one.
Yeah, and so you've been on the road, so I think you just been completely on your own, like in your own world. A lot of this has been coming out too.
Yeah,
But
it's like still kind of a mystery to me that it's even out.
hmm
Like my job on the road is very involved, so I'm like always doing something. So whenever a song releases on the road, it's like I can't like sit down to enjoy this. I'm just like working my butt off trying to like make a show happen. So
Hmm.
it's weird to me when the song releases and I'm like 2 days later like going through Instagram to see what people are saying about it.
yeah, just get on, make the post, log off, do your work,
Yeah, dude, it's like
check everything.
it's like all I can do to just like retweet things or repost things Gomi's sending me.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's been
So
fun seeing what people think about it for sure.
yeah, a few surprises for sure on like favorite songs and stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's been some that I predicted like yeah, I know people are gonna really like this song, but there's been a couple where I'm like, wow, there's been like a bit more love for this than like when you just kind of look at the balance of songs people are like commenting about and stuff, or posting
Yeah.
about. I think Back to Being Born ended up being a bit more
Yeah, I didn't
um
expect people to like vibe with that one as much as they did.
yeah, like I don't think there's anything like wrong with the song or anything like that. I feel like when you put together a project, you kind of as an artist have in your mind kind of your expectation, like you have your favorite songs and
Hmm.
you write the songs, you create them, and sometimes when you're writing, you're like, man, this is gonna be like the pop song. This could be the one that really is like kind of this is like a single kind of song that really will pull people in.
Right.
We really like this one, but then maybe this is more of like an album track. Like this is like the fans will like this one, but I don't know if this one will be like the one that everyone gravitates towards. And then it's just fun to see what actually happens when you put out music. The fans, kind of almost decide for you.
Hmm.
They did that with their last record too. Like Skyline was what single two or something. And
Sky, yeah, dude, I just like did not see
I
that
mean,
one
I
coming.
think we knew Skyline was like, this is a pop song. This
Yeah.
is gonna do well. But I think our
Maybe
focus was
you
on
guys
something.
knew it was gonna be the like
Oh man,
top loyal song, but I had no idea.
I very much was like, I think we were all like, all right was really good, and all right was gonna be like the
Uh-huh.
cool, like this is gonna be like the thing. This will be the
Yeah.
main single, and it still did really well. But Skyline just
Yeah.
took
It's
off,
an
and
incredible song.
yeah, I would say reception's been fun and interesting. Like I said, it's all new, like kind of like a slight background since it's like the beginning of the show. But we've
Hmm.
been a band since I guess as loyal as 2015, probably somewhere around there. It's been close to 10 years, but me and Dane have been playing in bands since way, way, way before then. We're high school, middle school.
Hmm.
Um, so we signed with Tooth Nail Records. We put out our first album in 2018. And
Did you say we've almost been loyals for 10 years?
something like that? It's somewhere because I know we like had the concept of Loyals for a good year there or so, but it wasn't like a public thing. We were just making songs, writing songs.
What year did we like really establish?
I want to say it was 2015 because I feel like we were recording the album like a year later, right? Something like that. I know, right?
I'm so old, dude.
I know. 9 years ago. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, 2015.
Well, like 2016, we did our record. Like we recorded it. And then we added Hold On a year later. And it finally came out in February 2018.
Yeah.
So for most people that know us are fans, they didn't discover us till around then, probably 2018.
Yeah. Oh,
and then, but we were looking at like at this point, me and Dana have been in bands for already like 9 years at that point, like something like that. Like, like so, you know, it's kind of interesting how the journey kind of goes over time. Like, but you know, our new project, this Love Me Bad EP that just came out, is our first project we put out like really since the album, but we did put out a couple things in between, like singles, and then you know COVID hit in 2020, and we just ended up kind of hitting the brakes a little bit for the first time. I mean, we were still writing and actively like trying to put together some semblance of a new record or an EP or something, find the new way forward for the band, like what we're going to be doing, because this is like the first project like we did I'm Sorry, but since the band's been a duo. So you know, we started with a handful of people in our band back in the day when Loyals started. I think there was like 4 of us, and then now there's like 2 of us. It's just me and Dane. This is kind of like a new.
Wasn't it actually 5? Didn't we start with 5? Because
I think we started. I think we started with 5 or 6 on the old band.
Well, yeah, the old band was 6.
But okay, technically, I guess no. Seth was around while we were writing the songs.
Seth was in Loyals, and then he jumped ship before we really like
right before we released music, because Mind Up was our first thing we put out, like the old version of Mind Up.
Yeah,
but that was only 4. There was only 4 of us at that point.
Okay, yeah. When we were like actually out, it was only 4. But Seth was. I want to say I remember Seth being in like a photo.
And he also, I think we did rehearsals too, like on new songs too, early on with him.
I don't remember that. That's crazy.
But not a lot of them. But you know, we're just a bunch of kids that grew up with our friends and made music together and hung out, and here we are still today doing the same thing. But like at different, you know, we both work in the music industry. We do more than just Loyals, but it's really cool to be doing this again. But that's sort of like kind of the quick background.
Happy to be sorry, Gomi. I'm so happy to be releasing music again. It's like it's like, I guess like every artist probably would say this, but you kind of crave the audience. Like it sounds kind of like whatever to say that, but it's true. Like I just like crave hearing, even if it's bad. Dude, we got this terrible review.
That was so fun.
Like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And I'm just like loving reading it because it's any kind of feedback is just awesome to have.
It was like definitely more of like it was a very passionate, borderline trolly review.
And I'm just like happy anybody listened to it and like formed an opinion about it. Yeah.
Just like weird stuff. At one point, he said that Dane sounded like all 3 of the Jonas Brothers combined. Just some, which I'm like, I mean, that sounds probably pretty good. That sounds.
They're doing pretty well.
We're doing pretty well. Yeah, like we're going for a pop sound, so I don't think that's like. I don't know.
He seemed like he was really into metal, probably.
I mean, I think he reviewed like 2 other. On that like review roundup week, there was definitely a couple like heavier records on there for sure. But you know, that's fine though. I don't care. I mean,
the point is just like, you know, just reading anything about what anybody would say about music that we're finally releasing is just so fun to me. Like, even more excited to like get new music out after the EP dropped. Like we're already writing for.
Question also gives you a little back sort of history. So,
but a lot of history in this band.
Tons of history.
Really like unexpected history.
Yeah. I think it just happens when you're in music for long enough. You end up you have stories. There's things to things that happen and stuff that you would never expect, or cool things, bad things, all the
Mhm.
things. It's a wild
Life
little
just
ride.
happens.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
So you mentioned some new music. Can you share anything about that?
I mean, we're still pretty early on it.
Okay.
Yeah, just
I think
writing.
we've written we've done a few sessions, but now that Dane's back from the road, we'll be doing more here before the year's up. And the goal of this year was really just to put out the EP, kind of reawaken the fan base a bit. Like I said, it's been a long time. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
the last single we put out was "I'm Sorry," which was in summer of 2019. We played a headliner show whenever it came out as well at Exit In Nashville. But
Mm-hmm.
our plan was to go make an album, and then
Mhm.
COVID hit, and then we ended up just doing a bit less, and then kind of trying experimenting with some new sounds, different collaborators, etc. Here we are years later, finally taking like the results of like what those years were in writing, making a little project out of it.
Mhm.
So we're still pretty fresh on like the new stuff. Like it's only done a couple of things. We're still, we got some writing to do, but we're not gonna waste any time and wait a long time to put out another anything. We'll definitely be hustling and putting music out again
Yeah.
like pretty soon. Like we don't want to do another drought like we had.
Ew.
Just not really not really a fan of that.
No.
Yeah, but but no, new
This took
music
so
is
long, man. I think COVID was to blame for a lot of that, and then
well
just
also
like
like we also both work in
different
the industry.
schedules. Yeah.
Yeah, different schedules, both work in the industry, so we all at the same time kind of weren't doing anything, and then
Mhm.
slowly like you started going on the road a little bit. I've been doing like the music production thing full time for a while now, and had just like a lot of cool momentum and things happening kind of after COVID or during and after COVID. So, it's just a life thing. It was time to like kind of, I don't know, live a little bit of life, get some more perspective, experience, and then come back and bring that into the band and just kind of, I don't know. I've also always been a fan of when bands kind of disappear for a minute, go do a bunch of stuff individually, come back and make a cool record.
Mhm.
Mm.
Because you can kind of hear like where everyone went and what they were doing. And then all
Yeah.
just like it's like new influence. I don't know. I think it's like a blessing and a curse. So you want to put out music regularly, you want to stay, as an artist active.
Mhm.
But having a little bit of time off was really nice though. Just to kind of not be
We
actively
needed it
thinking.
for
Yeah, we
sure.
did it for so long. We've been through a lot leading up to COVID, and I think it was time for us to take a little bit of a breather. So, but yeah, so no new music yet, but soon.
Okay.
I guess that's the quick answer for that question.
As soon as we freaking can.
Yeah, very soon.
I like it. So you guys you did like a photo shoot and then some video stuff for the EP. What was that like doing all of that?
So that was sick. You want to take that one, Dane? Because I feel like
Yeah.
that was cool.
It was so cool. So Gomi's wife, Allie, runs a company called Suede. She basically hired a production team, directed 2 days of just content shooting.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Um, we
we
had
didn't
like
do
a
any music
studio.
videos. No music
No,
videos. We
kind
just
of
did.
like music video adjacent stuff, but really
Yeah,
just for like posts. So we could again, like we've been like 5 years inactive. So we really wanted to focus on being active
Mhm.
and like showing that the band is moving, the band is doing things. So a big part of that for us and our two lifestyles is we need content that can just, even if we're not doing something like right now, we need to be able to like put out things
Mhm.
while we're still like working at a studio or I'm on the road. So we wanted to have a lot of content to just be able to post and at the same time like support the releases of the songs and
Yeah.
try to gain some momentum on socials, that kind of thing. But it was so cool. Allie, it was the first time I'd really worked with Allie, I think, that I can remember. And she was awesome, just had everything planned out. Like I didn't have to think about anything. But I think that whole shoot day at the studio was like I was
it's pretty
working on
straightforward.
tour management stuff like for all day. And then she would come get me in the dressing room and be like, "Hey, you're up. This is what we're doing." And be like, "All right, awesome." And I like didn't have to like plan it all out. It was so awesome. Um,
Yeah, yeah. We definitely
it was
like
just it was a fun couple days. Yeah.
it was like the first time we done content shoots like that. I mean, the last time we were promoting a project, an album, was 2018, and the world's a little different. There was no TikTok. We did music videos back then. I still think music videos are sick, and you can have a reason to do them or want to do them or have a vision, do them. But, so much of nowadays is vertical content. It's, Reels, Instagrams, TikToks, all sorts of stuff. But we wanted to, not just come back and put out new music. We wanted to have a refresh of the brand. We wanted to we have a new logo. We have all new everything. It's representative of kind of, where we're at now, stylistically, sonically. We don't want to be using the same logo we've been using since almost 10 years ago. When it's been already such a little time off for us, you want to come back and have more than just music. You want to have a vision and all that stuff,
The band had just changed so much, even from that first album.
Yep.
We just wanted it. We wanted a new look to just start fresh. Loyals,
Makes sense.
Loyals is just me and Gomi now. This is what we're doing.
Yep. But yeah, the content stuff was fun. Those were good days. Definitely hadn't had shoots go like that before, that smooth. We done music video shoots that were pretty cool too, but we hadn't done anything like the content thing where there's all these different looks and our wardrobe and just all sorts of stuff. But it was really fun, and I think it turned out really well. Helped us promote the songs, and also kind of helps people, especially discovering us on socials, that did what the goal was. Is you kind of associate a color and a look and a vibe with the song if you see the post. It's there, everything's all kind of together.
So did you guys kind of choose the colors that went with each song, or was that kind of all predetermined?
Kind of fell into place, really. Every song just was oh yeah, Up All Night's definitely purple. It just made sense.
Yeah, she gave us Allie gave us some kind of guidance on that, but I feel like some of it was kind of collaborative, or at least just very casually open brainstorm, because that's not really our, I don't know, that's not something that we really focus on too much, because we're just really music focused, but it is still a creative thing, and I think it is cool as an artist to have your hand in that too, if you can. It just helps kind of bring things together in a way that feels like yourself, in a way, because artists have to do so much more in music.
I'm glad that was a point for you. Really, every song had its own color. I just like that that aspect of the art is something that people are actually paying attention to.
Yeah, I think that's important, especially when you're doing a single row out that builds to a kind of a project that has everything in it. Kind of, I don't know. It's what my favorite bands do when they promote and put out stuff, and they promote. Kind of have this you're seeing a single and you're seeing a thing that looks branding wise really cool, and then the next single is an extension of that branding, but different because it's a different song, and just kind of seeing it all become kind of little puzzle pieces on a bigger picture.
Yeah,
I always think that stuff's super cool.
What kind of bands do you look for in terms of how they market their music?
I mean, I have a few.
1975 is a huge.
Yeah, it'd be
as
hard
far
to,
as just studying what they do and how they put things out.
Yeah, they're definitely very influential band in the last 15, 20 years. But I'd say them. There's this band called Joan that I really like. They're also a duo. I kind of try to look at what other duos are doing, and what's cool is it feels like it's kind of a creative space to do a lot of interesting things, because something about two, you can kind of position things on a camera in a certain way. When there's only two subjects, there's a few kind of interesting creative things you can do. But Joan, I do follow a bit of what they do. I really like just how they have done all their stuff promotion wise. I love their music too, but they usually have some really interesting ideas when it comes to promotion or just branding. But yeah, try to look at a lot of duos for this, especially when we're working on the Love Me Bad stuff, kind of looking at how a bunch of duos kind of promoted or how they would position in the camera or whatever. That's what I did, at least.
Yeah, that's way more Gummy's. He's way more interested in that than I am. I don't think about the promotion.
I don't even know if I'm interested. I just know it's it's a thing I have to be aware of, or someone needs to be aware of it.
Yeah, I'm glad that you put your foot forward on it, and I just follow behind you, because that is
yeah.
And so then, I guess musically wise, who would you say are some of the influences for Loyals?
For this project, I mean, I guess 1975 also has always kind of been an evergreen influence. I mean, that band's also changed their styles a million times at this point, in their sort of genre within their genre. they're always evolving, but they never really lose sight of like who they are sonically, I guess.
Yeah.
It always sounds like 1975 in its own way. That's one. I think for this project, this one was interesting because we kind of we did a lot of this writing without really a lot of reference to anything else. To my memory,
If
like
anybody was referencing anything, it was probably Cameron. And we just like kind of
yeah,
came
true.
in with the song, or we had written it already with Cameron. I
Hmm.
think we were really focused on trying to find a different sound.
Sure.
Whereas like the first album, you definitely can hear the 1975 influence. And I mean that was the biggest one that I can think of on the first album. But this
I mean,
one, like we
it
just
was
kind of
also
like,
when those records were just coming out. Like we
yeah,
were writing that Loyals album as 1975 was becoming like super popular.
yeah. And
Yeah.
on this one, there we just like we just wanted to find something new, and nobody was like trying to look up a song, like while
Yeah.
like to reference something and
Yeah.
trying to like figure out a sound,
I think
which
we
was
just
new for me, and it's kind of weird that it just naturally never happened
yeah.
because I feel like even in the writing process, I'm like, am I stealing this from somebody, or like if I can remember like a sound that I heard on another song that I want to like, how could I fit that in somehow or something like it? Like I'm always referencing something else. So it just like never happened in the studio for this EP.
Yeah, we
I
never
think
really came in with this with like today
no.
we're gonna write a song that sounds like this. It
And I
always was
think like
like,
looking back on it, I can definitely like think of things that like I was listening to at the time just on my own that maybe made its way onto the record somehow. But yeah, there was no like real conscious decision to like this is an influence for this.
Yeah.
This is an influence for this. Like that didn't happen. But I
yeah, I
think
think you're
like
right though. You listen back to music we were listening to back when we were making these songs, and you can hear influences. We just actively weren't thinking about those influences.
yeah. What were you listening to back then? It's like a 5 year
Like a handful of years. Well, it depends
endeavor.
what's. It's like what depends on what song you're talking about. Because like songs like "Give to Me," I think more or less we had the idea of what that was going to sound like, and even what the production was like way back in 2020.
Hmm.
But then we have a song like the newest one on the EP, "No Tomorrow," that was a very late addition to the project. Which at the time we were also listening to a lot of The Weeknd.
Yep.
The After Hours record was probably been out for a while at that point, maybe a year or two, still dominating. But like, it's impossible, like in the pop sphere, to not like be aware of The Weeknd.
Certainly true.
Yeah. So I mean, he had done the Super Bowl, I guess, even around that time too. But yeah, you can hear a little bit of that Weeknd influence on at least on the track level. Dane also just has always has had like an R&B flair to his voice. And I feel like these songs let him just kind of lean in a little more on that naturally. But like, I mean, what is The Weeknd? It's like pop R&B. So like that,
I was
but
listening to a lot of an artist called Kiana Lede,
yeah, she rolls.
and I think like not even really trying was just she has and I don't even mean like vocally, but her songs sound a lot like this EP. I think there are some songs like X. She has this song called X. I don't wanna be a X. Have you heard that one, Gummy?
Yeah, I've heard all. I listen to all her stuff. Yeah.
But she has like guitar, like electric guitar on a lot of her songs, which I don't hear that happening a lot in R&B music, like modern R&B music. And it's always tasteful. It's like I don't know if it's a producer that she works with or if it's a her decision, but I think a lot because of that guitar, like that like strategically placed guitar, a lot of our songs sound like something she would put out to me. Maybe not like straight up, but it's definitely like reminiscent of some of her tracks.
Yeah. So just a lot of that kind of probably answers that, but general like a few stuff few artists we're listening to at the time, but nothing for this new EP really was like specifically targeted as like this is an influencer reference. It's just kind of more in hindsight we can look back and be like, oh, I can see where we kind of pulled this from. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So when you guys are writing, what does that process look like for you?
It can look like a few different things. I think one thing that we're trying to be a way that we're trying to do it now more than any time we've written music. A lot of times in the past, it would just be me putting a song on like a demo and then sending it to everybody. But I think the past 5 years and even before that, like the process has just gotten so different for me. And I've definitely like gone through a lot of like writer's block kind of stuff. Like haven't felt motivated to write. But at the same time, like we need songs. So kind of like have to figure it out. But I think one of the things we've done right in the span of Loyals has been writing with other people.
Mhm.
And me see like a song like Skyline, that song is great. And it's because we had AJ Pruis help us write it. You know what I mean? So I want to focus on now getting in the room with different writers that can help. I was so like, I don't know if this was conscious before, but I felt like very like Loyals is our baby. And I like don't need anybody to change that. I don't need anybody to change that sound. But now it's just me and Gomi, and we're so much more like whatever, like whatever this wants to be, like let's let it be what it is.
Yeah.
So like having different writers be a part of that, I think is a really cool thing. So we're trying to like write with anybody and everybody that we can. That's gonna make it cool.
Yeah. As far as like general like process went for writing too, other than just like we do like to write with other writers. Like we did pretty much all of this EP with our producer Cameron James. He at least wrote on I think most of it, except for maybe "Give to Me," because that's a song we already had when we met him. We brought to him, and then he even
AJ
tweaked.
AJ wrote with me on that one as well.
Yeah, "Give to Me." That's something too. Like the producer, like especially get with a good producer writer and stuff. Like that's always really fun too, because a writer that can also have ideas that are beyond just the lyric and the melody and can just whip it up on a computer. It's always nice too. But I think the process, like generally now, is either me and Dana are with a writer that also maybe is producer, maybe isn't a producer. It doesn't really matter. If they are a producer, usually they're on the computer as well. But most of the time, it'll probably be me on the computer because that's what I do for a living. Is I'm a producer, and they'll have just like another writer or two, and they'll probably just be how the process is going forward for
Mhm.
the next stuff. Or it might just be me and Dane on a song. Like we have some other ideas for we have like just a giant reservoir of songs that, not that every song you write needs to come out. But we do have a lot of stuff. I mean, even the other day we were texting about one that we wrote, just a long time ago that we did like a demo for a while back. We just like still really like it. And it was just like this weird little track. It was the one you texted about me the other day, the vocoder one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I want to release that now.
Yeah. So like we're even like because now that we have kind of this project out of the way, like it felt like everything was about the Love Me Bad EP for so long, like getting it out, promote it. Now that that weight is sort of like off our shoulders in a way, we're in that creative space of just like we can we can kind of go anywhere we want to go. Like that's one thing, like Dayton said, is we kind of can just do whatever we want to do. We don't feel like completely tied down to sound a certain way or do a certain thing. We're the Loyals has always been like making the music that the collective of Loyals wants to make.
Mhm.
But it's always been, even when there was like a bunch of us in the band, now it's just me and Dane. So now it's just kind of like what me and Dane want to do. And we're both pretty open minded when it comes to music stuff. We like a lot of different kinds of music. So that's what does make it really fun is like, what kind of turn will we make next time? Or were we going to do something that like kind of feels more like what we maybe might be known for sounding like, or like nothing's off the table. We can kind of, it's just whatever we feel like we want to do and what we think is best for like a project next time, or, which is a cool place to be in, which we really honestly haven't been in a position like this probably ever, which is kind of cool.
I think music is like kind of come to a place, especially pop. Like look at Post Malone, where he just does whatever he wants to.
Mhm.
He
Yeah.
like came up at like basically a hip hop folk guy,
Been
and
like
now he's
SoundCloud
putting out
rap.
country albums. Like
Yeah.
I've had the problem, like the curse of like that one song may not sound anything like the next one. And so like early on, even when we were shopping record labels, like that's one of the biggest criticisms that I would get is like
Mhm.
you guys have to like pinpoint a sound. You have to figure out like what genre are you?
Who are you?
And like now I feel like music has moved into this place where like you can kind of do whatever you want
Yeah.
more freely, which
Yeah,
is great for
yeah,
people like me because now I don't have to worry about like I think there's merit for sure to like finding a uniqueness to your artistry that people can recognize.
Hmm.
But maybe that doesn't have to be a genre anymore.
Yeah. I agree with
yeah,
that.
sure. Yeah, like look at I mean, even at the biggest artists, like look at Taylor Swift, look at the range of albums she's made
Yeah.
over her career. Like
True.
very different sounds. Like she did a folk album during COVID. She did some like huge expensive pop records leading up to that.
Mhm.
Before that was at the very top of the country world and was not even associated with pop. And now
Yeah.
she's just whatever. She could drop a
Whatever
rock
she
record
wants.
tomorrow if she wants to. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, she could,
She can
you
do
know,
whatever she wants.
exactly. Same with Posty, same with, I mean, just so many artists, even the ones that are on the up and up, like you see like their EP from 2021 or the record from 2021. Tate McRae, great example. Her stuff from like 2021 doesn't sound like what her new stuff sounds like right now. It's still pop, but like she clearly like curved to a different side of pop.
Mm.
Hmm. Such an interesting time in music now that that's kind of more accepted.
Yes, it's more
Yeah,
fun. I think
I
it's way more
love
fun.
it. It makes listening to an album more interesting.
The new Halsey
Whereas like
record, it's crazy. Every song's like different. It's just
I
like a
haven't
big
listened.
like it's awesome. It's so good.
There's this what's that espresso girl? What's her name?
Sabrina
Sabrina Carpenter.
Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter. Emily just played me her album. I'd heard espresso and I was like, that's great. I just don't care. But the album,
It's
like
great.
it sounds so different from that song. Like every song sounds so different from the
Hmm.
next. I was like tuned in.
It's
Every
great.
every chorus was like, oh wow, this is great. And I
Hmm.
probably won't listen to it all the time just because that's not my thing. But
Hmm.
being able to like, I don't know, listen to an album and hear like 10 different things or
Yeah.
to 10 different versions of that artist is cool.
It's been like the year of that too. I mean, look at the
Yeah.
Chaperone record that came out like a little over a year ago, but it really found its stride in its audience earlier this year. But
Yeah.
listen to the album front to back. It's like it's all sorts of songs. Like it's crazy. But it's a good time. Really fun time to be doing pop music and in this, day and age.
Hmm.
I think it's cool too because it allows everyone to be able to listen to it and enjoy it because there's something for everyone in the album.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep. It's like the Halsey record. Like I was just saying, it just came out like this past Friday, and it's called The Great Impersonator. And it's like every song is sort of, well, the way at least she promoted it was she tied an artist to a certain song on the record, and she would recreate the album cover of that artist
Mm.
Fun.
for each song. But the record has like, I mean, she's screaming on it. There's like a metal track. There's like 2000s all like I don't know, the Frey and Goo Goo Dolls kind of tracks. There's like ballads. There's like normal kind of more pop Halsey tracks. Like there's all sorts of stuff on that
You
record,
like
and it's
it?
like I think it's great. It's also just lyrically very dark compared to some stuff she's done, which was interesting. I kind of caught me off
Okay.
guard. But I mean, here's the thing: there's like 16 or 17 tracks on it. Like,
Wow.
if you don't like all of it, you're probably like at least some of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's good songs on there. I like the Ego song a lot. I think it's track 2.
Like I haven't really listened to a whole lot of new music lately,
Even on
but
the
I
road.
want to. Yeah.
I know it's like road is like you think, oh, I'm just gonna chill my bunk. I can,
Also, I
but
don't
sometimes
have like a good way. This
you
is
just like
probably an Apple Music fail. That's what I use. I don't have a good way to like find the new music that artists that I'm already listening to are putting out.
Mm.
Okay.
Maybe Spotify does a better job at that, but
Yeah.
like,
They have, what is it called? I think it's like Release Radar. I don't
Yeah, the
know.
release radar playlist.
Yeah,
and
where
that's
it's
Yeah.
like,
all artists that you already listen to. You're
yeah.
hearing their
Yes.
new stuff. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Apple does okay job with it. You have to just engage with it more. I feel like Spotify like just looks at what you're listening to
Yeah.
and they just know. But like
Mm.
I think with Apple, like it does a little bit of that, but they kind of want you like they have that favoriting system now on
I've
Apple where you
never
can
used it. I won't. I
yeah,
won't use it.
exactly. But I think Apple wants you to like favorite like something and it like knows like okay, every time Post Malone puts out something because you favorited him, we're gonna make sure that this shows up on
That
your
makes sense though.
whatever.
Yeah.
But like I feel like, Spotify, you don't have to do anything, it just kind of does it for you.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah. It was
But I
saying
don't
that
want to move everything to Spotify, man.
Yeah,
that
me
Release
either. I like it.
Radar it pulls all the music from artists that you follow, and then a couple of new songs from similar artists.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's like your curated sort of thing.
But
I mean, that's
artists you
what.
follow.
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you can follow artists on Apple. You just like favorite them, and that's like following, I guess. I don't know,
Okay.
but I don't know.
So I'm hearing that I need to actually be more interactive with the bands that I like. Got it.
Probably, I don't know. It'll probably change in like a year or two. So who knows?
Yeah, although the Spotify, like the algorithm where you can have it like add songs. Like if you're
Yeah.
listening to a playlist, you can have it like
Yep.
throw in songs that are similar. I've been listening to a playlist and then it will suggest songs that are on the playlist.
Oh
That
well,
is
weird.
not helpful.
That isn't helpful. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
weird.
maybe it's just like, look, we know you love the song, so we're gonna play it again. I know you heard it 20 minutes ago,
Right. I'm like,
but you're
yes,
gonna
I
hear
like
it.
the song, but it's already on the playlist. Why would I consider it adding it twice? That's silly.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Imagine that. That's future music industry. Elite tier is you double save a song. I love the song so much, I saved it twice.
I will try to do that a lot because there'll be songs that I like haven't heard in a long time. I'm like, oh, I should add that to my. I have just like a big playlist of
Mhm.
everything that I like, and if I like something, I just throw it in there. But I'm constantly trying to add the same songs. So, and then Apple Music will, prompt me like, hey, do you want to add this again? Like, really? Or do you want to delete it? Or like, stop doing what you're
Mhm.
doing. I don't know.
Uh,
Maybe I'm just an old man in that way. I don't know what the kids are doing these days. How do like
they're
how
just
do
on
kids
TikTok, dude.
consume music?
TikTok.
TikTok.
TikTok?
And then Spotify. Spotify's
Mhm.
still, pretty big. But for the playlists and
But kids are listening to music on TikTok? Is that what you're telling me?
well, I mean they're finding it on TikTok.
Yeah, that's where they
Finding
discover it.
But also like the clips that go viral, like Espresso, great example. Like obviously got a big push. She's not like an unknown artist, but it definitely, I really a better example,
Yeah.
Charlie
I thought you were saying that
XCX.
like they're listening to it as like a DSP.
Yeah, Charlie XCX, like the whole Brat record, like very
I
much,
still need to listen to that.
dude.
Heard amazing things about it.
Oh my god, that's my favorite album of the year right now. It's so good. It's so good. But I mean, that was like a TikTok. I mean, the album was going to be popular. It's Charlie XCX, but
Mhm.
it definitely picked up a wave on TikTok, like very early on with like
Yeah.
the different
Okay.
dances with the different songs. There's some songs weren't even singles that got popular because of like people just making like a really easy dance with it or
Mhm.
making content with the song or whatever.
I feel like every song now has to have like to be very popular has to have like some sort of like viral TikTok dance or thing that you do to the song.
Or just like
Oh.
a good clip. A good clip
Yeah.
can go pretty far because people could just apply the clip and use it for whatever video, really.
Mhm.
Like people use the espresso clip, the I'm working late because I'm a singer line, with people just using that all over the place on
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. But also there's also look at like Knocked Loose, a completely different kind of band. Heavy band, huge heavy band, one of the biggest heavy bands. I mean, yeah, they put up stuff on TikTok. It's just like show recap videos and stuff, but they didn't need any of that. They just got like some organic, natural.
I mean,
They
to
also
be
toured a
fair
lot.
though, like I had listened to Knocked Loose like when they put out their first album, and a lot of people were excited about them, but I listened to it and I just kind of didn't get it.
Mhm.
I love metal, I love like hardcore stuff, but that just didn't like really. I just like felt like it was trying to be something that it wasn't. But like fast forward to I don't know last year sometime, I was just scrolling TikTok, doom scrolling, and I found Knocked Loose again on TikTok, but not from Knocked Loose, just fans
Mhm.
Yeah,
posting like live videos of them, and like I had to know what it was, and then I realized who that band was after the fact. But yeah, I mean TikTok, like I guess you don't need to be posting your own stuff all the time. Like
no,
it
some
doesn't
stuff
matter
just
that Knocked Loose isn't on TikTok; their fans are.
exactly. They just take it around. They also just curated and built a live show that kind of really, I don't know. The live show really brought them forward. I think the records were always good, but people were people were excited to go to Knocked Loose shows. People don't even go to metal shows like going to Knocked Loose shows, and that's the special thing. But
God, their new album is so sick.
it's very good. That's gonna also be on my list of the best of the year. I think it'll be in the top 5 for sure.
But not above Brat though.
No, Brat's number one. Like it's cemented. Like on first listen of that record, I'm like, this is so sick.
Mhm.
And it's just cool pop songwriting. It's like dance music for sure, but
Mhm.
there it's just so catchy. Like and it's just so aggressive at times too. Lots of variety of songs, and I don't know. It's just a great listen from front to back every time. Like if I put on while I'm in the car, like I never like skip a track or anything. It's great.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah. So before I ask last question, was there anything else that you guys wanted to mention or talk about today?
Let's see. Anything? I mean, go check out the EP if you haven't yet. Go listen to the old record if you haven't yet. I don't care. I love all of our music. Um,
Yeah.
but we're definitely not. I don't think we're gonna be that kind of band. Like we definitely haven't been with Loyals for sure. But I don't think we're gonna be that kind of band that's gonna just like throw out the old stuff because something new is out.
Mhm.
Like
I feel like I'm always trying to revive the old stuff. I'm digging up demos from 5 years ago, baby. Let's
yeah,
put those out.
I know. I mean, I guess yeah, we are sitting on a lot of songs, but it's been this EP is really it just took a long time to put together, but we really believed in the songs. It's kind of been sort of a trend with the band a little bit, is we have a lot of songs we believe in and we go record them, and then it takes a minute for them to get out due to XYZ reason. But by the time they do come out, we're still really stoked about them, and they sound to us at least as fresh as they did day one when we made them, and we're just really, really, really proud of this one. It's just kind of like cool to have the first project out with just me and Dane in the band, and kind of showing what that can be like. And it's just kind of the beginning of that too. Like I said, we'll be writing and putting out more stuff, and just excited to be like back on the saddle doing it again.
Yeah. Really, really happy to have, I don't know, just that outlet back.
Yeah,
Like having the EP out and now having the freedom to do, whatever's next is really fun.
yeah, it feels
Just
good.
excited to like be able to create and release it.
Yep. But what was your little final question?
So the last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
Oh, okay. I like this question. Is it just name one album, or is it just kind of open ended?
Oh, yeah, it's open ended. It's however you want to answer it because it is your life.
Oh, okay, okay. Man, I should have like done homework for this one. Um, I mean, we know what Dane's answer is. It's his playlist.
I mean, that's literally my sound. Yeah.
He's been tending to this playlist for like 15 years. It's been like it was an iTunes playlist back on like iTunes days,
Mhm.
and then it converted to Apple Music. So he's had, do you even know how many songs are in there? Like
Tell you right now.
probably like, I want to guess you have to be over 3,000. Probably, really? Not
I
that
think
much?
there are like more songs because I'm like constantly remembering old things that I need to add. But as of right now, there are 2,115 songs.
Dang.
Seems small to me.
I wasn't too far off, I guess. 3,000. I mean, that's a lot of songs. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're picking like 3 tracks off one album that you really like and you're putting into
Mhm.
that list, like it's still a lot of albums you've listened to,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do like a completely different kind of answer. I'm gonna actually try to pick, if I can, one album that I think when I heard it, I really loved and it was like important to me, and it, whatever. But even today still feels important. And I can guess that in 20 years, 40 years, etc., I should be able to listen to this album and still feel like pretty good about it and really like it still. I'm going to go with, it's like hanging on my wall right now, the first 1975 record. Probably the first one. Either that
That album's
one,
so good.
it's either that one or it's gonna be, I struggle picking a favorite 1975 record. I truly love all of them.
It could just
But
be all of their music.
I guess it could, but I don't know. I like to pick one album though.
Okay.
It just feels more definitive. I feel like the first one might be it. I'm not even saying it's their best album. I'm just saying that one in particular for me,
Mhm.
because of like
Do you remember how just like new that sounded
it
when
was
it
so
came
new.
out?
It was so new, and everyone wanted
The
to be in that
guitars
band.
were so cool. The drums were so cool. His
Yeah,
voice was so cool. Nobody could understand him, but it was
yeah,
still amazing. Like,
yeah.
God, every song on that album was just
It's
like,
good.
what? How are they doing this?
Yeah. Like I said, I think they might have one or two albums that are better. Like overall, like I could be like, if you've never heard 1975, you listen to this album, this will hit like all the corners of their sound pretty well.
Mhm.
The first record is like them doing like a couple of things really, really, really well,
Yeah.
and mainly doing those few things before they kind of got bigger and it just had like, you know, became the 1975 they know now. But that first
Mhm.
album is like there's some magic sauce on that first
Yeah.
album for sure. It's crazy. But
Oh, yeah.
that would be my soundtrack, I think.
Okay.
I feel like any mood, any vibe, I feel like I could go to that record and it'd be happy to listen to it.
So for our listeners who want to follow you guys, hear the EP, stay updated on what's coming, where can they find you?
At Loyals Band, LOYALSBAND on everything. Literally everything. I think we have literally everything probably they could grab. Probably just
But
mainly-
go follow the TikTok for sure because we're trying to drive those numbers up. Baby.
trying to grow the TikTok a bit more because we had,
Okay.
you know, TikTok wasn't a thing back when we were last putting out music. Now it is,
Mhm.
so we're trying to grow that. But TikTok for sure. Instagram's probably the most like up to date for information or news that we
Okay.
put out. And then obviously just type in Loyals on, you know, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you use, and you'll find our stuff. You'll find the Love Me Bad EP, which just came out. That's what we've been talking about. You'll find our first album, which we still really love. A bit of a different sound from the record, but I want to believe it still feels all like the same band. I know it does, but I still love that record. A couple other singles on there too. So yeah, that's probably where you can find all the things. And then eventually when we do like kind of touring or anything like that, I'll just go straight to those socials for that information. So
Thank you guys so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
yeah, no
Absolutely.
problem.
You got it. It was fun. Thanks for having us.
Okay.
Thanks for having us.
Have a nice rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
See ya.
Listeners, go check them out and make sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, SDLS Podcast. Thanks for joining us.